Hello everybody, so welcome to our new online format. We're going to go ahead and flip the schedule around just a little bit. We're actually going to go straight into Chapter 9 because Chapter 9 is something we're pretty familiar with, and 10 is also, so it's a little bit easier while we get acclimated to the new online format. While we go ahead and do this, I'm also experimenting with these notes, so please bear with me. Okay, so we're going to talk about Chapter 9. Okay, and Chapter 9 is units of measurement. Okay, so we'll be measuring in the American system, the one we're used to, or the English system, as well as in metric, and converting between the two. So pretty easy topic to go ahead and get started with. All right, so we all know that we got 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. All right, 3 feet is 1 yard. Okay, and also 36 inches is also equal to 1 yard, which is equivalent to 3 feet. So we could just put them all right together. Okay, and 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. And they abbreviate it MI, and that's a 1. Okay, and so what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to talk about how we're going to convert these, and all the conversions are going to work exactly the same way, whether they be metric or English systems or between the two, they're all going to work exactly the same. So let's look at example 1. On page 66 of your book, okay? And I'm going to convert 78 inches to feet, okay? And I'm going to do this the same way every single time. Now, we know that if we are multiplying two fractions, that we can cancel similar numerators with similar denominators. Okay, so if I have a fraction that's, 2 over 3, and I multiply that by 1 over 4, I know that I can go ahead and cancel out or divide by 2 to simplify my fraction. Right, and we're going to do the same thing, but only we're going to apply it to units. Okay, so if I have 78 inches, I'm going to go ahead and just make that a fraction, put it over 1. All right. And then I'm going to put the conversion fraction next to it. I know that 1 foot, I want to put the units I want on the top. Okay. And the conversion for 1 foot, okay, for inches is 12 inches. Okay. Now notice I have an inches in the denominator and inches in the numerator right here. Okay, and those units are going to cancel out, leaving me the unit that I wanted, which is the feet. Okay, so when I multiply my fraction straight across, I end up with 78 feet over 12. Okay, and here I'm just going to go ahead and put that in my calculator as a fraction. So 78 divided by 12 gives me 6.5 feet, and I'm done. So pretty easy to go from there. Okay, if I want to go ahead and do part B, so I have 17,160 feet. Okay, and I want to convert that to miles. All right, so I go ahead, take my 17,160 feet. I really can't talk today. All right, and I'm going to put that over 1. And then I'm going to put my conversion for miles. So I have 1 mile. And that's going to be equal to 5,280 feet. Okay. And again, my units are going to go ahead and cancel. Okay. Which leaves me 17,160 divided by 5,280. And it's going to be, the conversion is going to be miles. And when I go ahead and put that into the calculator, I get 3.25 miles. All right. What if we have more than one thing? Sometimes we have to go ahead and convert from unit to unit. So let's look at the last one. We're going to take 3 inches. And I want to convert it to yards. Now we know that there's 36 inches in a yard. So 3 inches is going to be kind of small. It's going to be a decimal. So let's look at how this is going to work. We have 3 inches. Okay, and I'm going to put that over 1. Always start the same way. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the intermittent step, right? I could go ahead from one to the other, but I'm going to go ahead and go to feet first. So 1 feet is 12 inches. And then I'm going to go from feet to yards. Okay, I have 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. Now, I'll show you the other way to do this too. My inches are going to cancel. My feet are going to cancel, leaving me with just yards. When I multiply straight across, I get 3. And I go ahead and I have 3 times 2, so I get 36. Okay, and that converts to 1/12 yards. Okay, and I could go ahead and put that inside the calculator, which gives me a repeating number, which is one reason why I left it in fraction form. It gives me 0.083, and that 3 repeats. Okay, when we have a repeater, we generally go ahead and leave it in the fraction form. Now, could I have gone directly from the 3 inches to the yards? Absolutely, you could. But sometimes we need to use 3 conversions, whether it be it could be between when we convert the English system to the metric system. Sometimes we need 3 or 4 steps in between. So this is an example that I could go ahead and do very quickly with something we're familiar with. Now, if I wanted to take just 2 steps and go straight over to my yards, so I know that 3 inches, put it over 1, and how many inches are in a yard? 36. So I can go 1 yard is equal to 36 inches, and I end up with the inches canceling. I still have my 3/36, which is still my 1/12 of a yard. Okay, so it works both ways, but be aware sometimes later on when we're converting between units, we're going to need to do 3 different things. So this is the English system. I'll create another video for the metric system and a separate one for converting it back and forth.